My name is Shabnam Chaudhri. I'm a serving police officer in the Metropolitan Police and I am a Detective Chief Inspector. A normal day for me would mean I could come into work. I will have up to 200 staff to manage. I have a number of managers. It's strategy and planning. There is some operational stuff around it. I tend to go out on patrol in uniform. You see I'm not in uniform here today because I'm a detective, so I tend not to wear a uniform. But there are many, many occasions that I do wear one where I want to go out and I patrol with my colleagues, with my officers, the frontline officers, and go and speak to members of the community. The favourite part of my day is when we've managed to arrest the perpetrator, we've managed to reassure the victim, and we've managed to walk away and that victim feels safe and secure. Culturally, there's some really big challenges because, as I said, I was a young Muslim girl. I was second generation into this country. I was born in Karachi, Pakistan, so I came here when I was 2. My parents' education wasn't big on their list of, priorities for me. Their priority was for me as a young girl to be off the hands of the family to get married. They started to bring suitors to the house when I was 18 years of age, and I was, quite mortified really, because some of those were big, fat, old, and in actual fact when I joined the police service I didn't actually tell my parents what the job was about. I explained to them that I was, really not walking the streets because that was not acceptable. We weren't allowed to wear skirts back then, but the police service didn't allow to wear trousers. So I embellished the truth, if you like. I told my parents that I was wearing trousers to work, get to work, I wore skirts, and they didn't really see any of that. My mother took her 6 months really to accept what I was doing. Members of the community, my local community, didn't find it acceptable, so there's a little bit of isolation from there. And it was only around about 6 to 8 months when the goalpost started to change for me and my family started to accept what I was actually doing and started to become really, really proud of it. And in fact, one of the funniest stories that happened, I came home from work one evening and I was in half blues. You'd wear your trousers or skirt, or as I would certainly change into trousers. And my mum said to me, "Where are you going?" And I said, "I'm just going upstairs to get changed and come down and have my dinner." And she didn't let me go upstairs and have my dinner or get changed. She made me come back down in full uniform, and I went round to the next street, which was predominantly Asian women, and I had to go and knock on nearly all the doors to show them that I was a police officer in uniform, and that's probably one of my proudest moments, I would say. I came into the organisation when there were very few women, very, very few Asian and black officers. I remember being at training school with 180 other recruits, and there was only myself and one other Asian female. It's been a real interesting and challenging journey. I've had my highs and I've had my lows. It's been, I would say, like a roller coaster really. If I'd have dealt with the issue differently, I probably wouldn't be here 27 years down the line. And I'm very, very glad that I am, because what I have done is I work very closely with our minority officers. I work closely with women across the organisation. I feel that I've been instrumental in many, many ways to increase our representation of women and of minority officers. And one of the most important reasons for doing that is because we need to be more representative of the communities that we serve across London. My heroes actually are probably the superheroes. You've got Superman, you've got Spider-Man, you've got the Incredible Hulk. But what I loved about all those fictional characters were they all, in one way or another, save the world. And I guess, it may sound a bit of a corny sort of line really, I feel that in the organisation that I'm in, I can't save the world, but I can help save the little world that I live in, and that for me is probably what has inspired me over the years in terms of those superheroes.